Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Oh man, touch my nipples. So anyway, little bit of nipple schizophrenic procedures going on here. Nipples, touch them. Anyway, today I'm talking about a sandwich I had in the past. Now, of course, this sounds like the obese chronicles of a fat kid, but do not get me wrong. This sandwich is actually quite nutritious because I wish I had 20 of them. But anywho, this sandwich was probably at Arby's. I'm trying to remember which sandwich shop I had it at, but the sandwich was so delicious. Like, I could not describe it. And I'm certain that the sandwich was on pumpernickel or some sort of sourdough because I love sourdough bread. And basically, this was a roast beef beast. Now, this thing was thick. I mean, it was thick. Like, it was so thick that it could have been classed as an obese American sandwich. But anyway, it was so fat. It was such a humanely fat sandwich that it had all kinds of meat drippings, and it had cheese, and it had, the red onion, which some people probably most likely to think it's Arby's, but I really am 100% sure that it's not Arby's. But this sandwich, I believe it came from like one of those third-party kind of, sandwich shops, I believe. And it was just so good that it was such a faded memory. And the reason why I liked the sandwich so particularly much was just because it was just so hefty. And that's the thing about sandwiches and me. I like thick sandwiches. Now, if people can make a joke out of that with thick slabs of meat, then they can have a ball at my expense. But it was such a good sandwich. It was like the roast beef was like Italian, and it had the herbs and the spices. It was marinated. You can tell they put a lot of love and care in this slice of beef. And while you might be a vegetarian listening to this in pure horror right now, they had a vegetarian format to this, which was, of course, eggplant. But I did not want to have no part of that noise. I want nothing to do with that sandwich. I got nothing against eggplants, but hell no. I wanted meat, baby. I wanted some meat that dripped down my cheek. But anyway, this sandwich had options of Swiss, provolone, and just Munster, and I picked the Swiss and the provolone because I had it so they can combine the two that were half slices into one. It was such a delicious combination. I was pretty much shaking off my excess of excitement underneath the table because it was so good, and it was such a good sandwich, and I wish to make it for YouTube at some point in the future. The ingredients are going to be costly, I can tell you that much right now, so that's why I'm only going to pick up small portions enough to feed one sandwich. But, again, I don't know who and what invented this sandwich, but they deserve a broski hug if they are a male. If they are a female, I will send out a bouquet of meat flowers. They would be considered provolone, and all that would be at the bottom of this heap of meat. This arrangement of meat, and it will be so delicious that they'll be eating this freaking roast beef rose, having an ecstasy trip. But again, I digress, as I'm making myself starvingly hungry. Down below, what kind of sandwich is your favorite kind of sandwich? Because I know everybody here has their own personal preference. Some people like the classic old bologna and cheese, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of mayo. Slap it in that mofo and just eat it like that. Some people like a grilled cheese sandwich. Some people like their McDonald's Big Mac because, yes, burgers are sandwiches in some accumulated form in one way or another. Or do they like a nice wrap? I'm not talking about a vanilla ice wrap. I'm talking about a wrap that involves all kinds of filled condiments inside this roll. But again, I have to swipe off all kinds of remnants of some sort of drool off my cheek, because if I did not, there'd be a Noah's Ark situation up in this. And no, I am not the situation, but I am the solution, baby. You see, you got this guy called the situation, baby, because I am the solution. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, leave your feedback below. What is your favorite kind of sandwich?